Hey guys, it's your girl Kizzy Rock, and yes, Kizzy Rock is my birth given name. Happy Monday, guys. I want to say hey to all my subscribers, new as well this season. I got a word for you. Tap in. Happy Monday, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed your weekend. So, guys, let's chat. Let's talk about a few things, a few downloads. Let's talk about it's time to get serious. No more sweeping things under the rug for people who've hurt or harmed you. It's crucial to enter a healing season, a season of processing, so you can be able to attain and sustain the blessings that God has for you. Let's talk about many of us that God has given us bits and pieces of things, right? So you're aware now that he's given you the blueprint, but it's still bits and pieces of it where you still can't see the whole picture, but you know that you know that you know, but you still don't have the yes to go, the yes to move, the yes to this, that, and the third. And also, excuse me, I want to talk about the importance of being able to understand how God works supernaturally. So there's a lot of things that he may be asking or requiring of you, but because it doesn't make sense in the physical realm, you're afraid to take the step out on faith because you're still locked in that it must look a certain way in the natural. God is supernatural. It's us with our own limited mindsets to try to make everything make sense of everything in this physical realm. So let's start really quickly in regards to it's time to get serious in regards to healing. Well, we all know that chosen ones more than likely have been through hell and back just all of their lives, just not in certain seasons, all of their lives. Many chosen people have had narcissistic parents, narcissistic siblings, teachers, or just, I hope nobody had a narcissistic teacher, but just whatever. Or you may have experienced immense trauma, let it be through rejection, being misunderstood, abandonment, absentee parents, just whatever, right? But the point of the matter is heartbreak, but it has caused you trauma. And you've been carrying this trauma for a lifetime. But instead of dealing with it and processing it, it was swept under the rug, right? That also can be conditioning because you guys know how the older generation was or whatever the case may be. But some of you guys will start to feel a conviction that says no more sweeping things under the rug. That father who abandoned you, is now time to get answers. You hated him all of your life. You say you don't care, but you're flipping over tables every 2 days, right? It's time, God, it's time to go and get answers. I'm not laughing at the situation. I can just see tables flipping over. Okay. Or that parent who treated you like an outcast, but it's time to get answers. So your directions could be a number of things, right? That could be go and have a sit down. That can be therapy. That can be process and forgiveness. Whatever your instructions are, it's important to follow your convictions, because what we don't understand a lot of the times is the things that we pray for or the things that God has promised us. A lot of the times these things are not manifesting through God. We're in alignment to receive it because there is unaddressed traumas. And as the chosen ones, because you have this big, beautiful heart to serve, heart to heal, this, that, and the third, it's almost like you still want to protect the person who harmed you. Because we're just not set up like that, right? You can never do to them what they did to you. So we're just not set up like that. So you're not going to really go and expose and this, that, and the third, right? But no more sweeping it under the rug. You must look this trauma in the face, follow your instructions from the Holy Spirit in the direction that you need to go, because it's very unfair that blessings can be blocked because we're holding on to certain things. But God is holding them up because you're going to self-sabotage. So you're asking for a wife or for a husband, but truth of the matter is the trauma that you swept under the rug is going to manifest and metastasize when God brings it. So you're going to self-sabotage. So if God allows you to ruin something, right, he wants us to address certain things first. And all of these things can be generational conditioning, curses, etc., whatever you deem the term to be. But at the end of the day, you're the chosen one, so you're called to break certain cycles. See, this is why a lot of the times, sometimes you can attain certain blessings, right? You can receive it, but it's not long term. There's no longevity in it. It's like you get it, then it falls. You get it, then it falls. You get it, then you self-sabotage you, right? So it's these highs and lows, highs and lows, highs and lows. But with the next season, these are long-term blessings. These are blessings that will stay. But we must make sure, right, that we've healed, we've processed, so we can attain and sustain these blessings. Next, let's talk about these bits and pieces. So I was talking to a friend of mine last night. He may be listening this morning. If you are, good morning, bro. But he called me yesterday, and I'm only laughing because it's like so many of the chosen ones, like we all are literally going through like the same thing. Like our destinies are different and the promises are different, but like we're all kind of going through like the same thing. It's so weird. So he's like, Kizzy, I had this dream, right? And after I had the dream, shortly after, I physically ran into this thing. Like I saw it in the physical, the same way I saw it in the dream. So I know that it's God confirming and this, that, and the third, but I just don't understand. Like, you showed us, but what am I supposed to do with it? What am I supposed to do with it? You're showing it to me, but what am I supposed to do with it? And I was like, bro, listen, your girl's going through the same thing, right? Just different scenarios, same thing. However, for me, I understand now that, well, for a long time, if I'm honest, I just would get ahead of God. But things are going to come in bits and pieces. He's not going to always show, probably never, but I can never say never, rarely. You're going to see the whole picture. We can't even handle the whole picture. We can't even handle it. If God have shown us previously the things that we would have to go through to get where we are currently now, we would not be here because we would have been tapping out long ago, right? So he gives us bits and pieces. He gives us what we can handle. So I've discovered that it's more of a seed. It's like a seed he plants. He plants that thing in your spirit so it won't leave you. Because we're humans. We get involved in things. We get distracted. If things don't happen quick enough, we start doing this, that, and the third. So he gives you this very profound prompting conviction in your spirit, and it just sits there. And then he starts to give you signs and wonders about it, but then you don't have the full picture. Just be still. If we don't have another direction, just be still until the next direction. There's so much intricate details that has to go. There's things on the other side. There's people on the other side. Like, God have to work certain things out. And just because he gives it to us today, right, it doesn't mean it's going to come tomorrow. He's just giving it to you so it will all make sense and tie in at the end. Now, we can assume, right? We can assume we know, but most times we don't. When we're assuming. So if you're getting bits and pieces and you feel like you don't have the whole picture, just follow your convictions when you have them. If you don't have any convictions, if you have nothing to do, or like, just be still. Please, whatever you do. And I'm speaking from experience. Please, whatever you do not get ahead of God. If you don't have any convictions, be still. What I've discovered, it only took me one time, honey. Again, I'm a fast learner. You have to be very, very careful, and it's very dangerous wrestling with God. If God just says no about something, and you're fighting with him back and forth. For God, can you please just tell me why I did it? Please just make it happen. Just change this person. Like, you're right. Like, he's been clear to you that it's time to leave this person. right? Or I'm going to make them leave you and you're never to go back. But you're wrestling with them. You're fasting and praying for God to send this person back. But God has already been clear. Please be very careful. I don't even know who that's for, because I was speaking more so less on promises and getting ahead of God, like just getting on airplanes and going here because you want to go and figure it out. Please, it's very, very dangerous. So I don't know who that other side was for, but getting where you fit in. But at the end of the day, wrestling with God is very, very dangerous, because what I've discovered is he'll convict you like in a gentle way, and he'll let you know, just chill out, right? I got you. Just chill out. I'll let you know this, that, and the third. But then we get impatient because either we see it, we feel it, or we want it. And then he'll keep convicting you and he'll even start like, he'll even start like letting things not happen. Like, for example, the plane that you were like, you pushed to get yourself, even though he said no, or he didn't give you a yes yet, you push yourself. He'll let something happen where now all of a sudden that plane is delayed, or that flight got canceled, or something like that. Now, if you don't tap in enough to know that, all right, first of all, I felt the conviction, if I'm honest, right? I pushed past it. He canceled it. Like, let me just chill. Now, you free will, you can push past. You can go and book another one. You can do this, that, and the third. I've discovered at some point, he'll turn you over to yourself. I mean, you don't want to listen to me? Then go figure it out on your own. Let me just let you go bump your head one too many times, and I'll be right here when you get back. And then when you come back, right, and there's a good chance you're going back to some kind of isolation to learn some more, or whatever the case may be, right? But the next time, fully surrendered. The next time, you're going to see him move like this, because you're surrendered. When we're surrendered, he moves. It's us who keep tying things up. Child, it's a whole zoo. It's a whole zoo, right? Lastly, what was the other thing? Oh, supernaturally. So I was talking to another good friend of mine, and her ministry is growing. And her and her family, they're also outgrowing their 2-bedroom apartment. Excuse me. And we were just talking to General, and she was like, Kizzy, I know I heard from God in regards to now it's time for me and my family to go and get, a larger home. And I know I heard from God, but I feel like I'm being disobedient because I just haven't took the step out on faith, because I'm looking at my bank account, and my bank account is like, you better stay in this 2-bedroom apartment. And I know I heard from God. Even after getting wise counsel, even after from others, and then asking me, and then God showed me a vision of, yes, expansion is here for many chosen ones again, right? The next season is expansion. So he's not telling you to go get this big house for no reason. There's something coming, right? Your ministry is that of serving physical, tangible things. So you actually need the space. But you're looking at your bank account. That's us. That's flesh. That's natural. Now, there's one thing if you didn't hear from God, right? Then it's common sense. Stay yourself right here, right? But if you know you heard from God, he's telling you to take a step out on faith. But you're tuggling back and forth with this physical realm. Here's an example of how things can work supernaturally, but a lot of people don't discover how supernatural God is because they just can't move past the physical understanding of this physical realm, right? Logic, if you will, logic. So, all right. God just told you to go look for homes. Your bank account says different. Now you're driving around, whatever the case may be, going through different neighborhoods, but it's going to be a particular neighborhood that it is it. You feel it. It already feels like home. It already feels like home. But honey, these prices is no way, like it makes absolutely no sense for you to even go up and view this home, right? But the spirit is very heavy. The prompting is very heavy, and you go and you view this home, blase, blase. Well, that person that you encountered, the realtor or whoever the case may be, the agent at the time, knows the Lord. Remember, is God ordained. See, this is why it's very important to move when God says move, because there's timing is crucial. He'll connect things at a certain timing, but when we lag behind God or even get ahead of him, you're throwing off the timing. So you're going to miss the God ordained connection. Actually, now that I think about it, this has literally happened to me before in the past. Truly. God ordained timing is crucial. So now you go and you meet with this agent or whatever the case may be. She's showing you the house. He's showing you the house. And now before you guys know it, you're talking about the Lord, honey. Right? Now this spiritual connection is so powerful. Now, there's a great chance that this person, God have already told this person something in the past, or maybe just something that they felt when they saw you and they remember what God said about, I want you to bless a person. This, that, and the third. I don't care what it looks like on paper. You might have 50,000 applications. But at some point, you're going to meet a person that's going to be spiritually, you'll feel it. And I want you to favor this person. Now, this person, again, because it's God ordained and it's supernatural, they give you a deal on the house, the very thing that you can afford. And now you're somewhere that your bank account said you shouldn't be, right? You're on mine, as a matter of fact. I'm not supposed. Yes, you are. God is supernatural. A lot of people are stuck at certain levels because they can't see. See, you got to see more. You got to see more. God can only give us what we can see. Like I see billions, point blank, period. I see billions, period. You got to see it. But if you're content and your eyes can't see past the 2-bedroom apartment, which is great, maybe you don't want it. But I'm speaking about the people who God have promised you more and you want more. You literally have to see it. You got to go and put yourself in environments. I don't care if you got $1 in your bank account, honey. Go ride through some $1 million properties. Just go. Go to the grocery stores in those areas, honey. Get your spirit excited. God is very supernatural. I can give 1,000 examples on how things didn't look a certain way in the physical, but supernaturally, because I followed the instruction, right? I followed the conviction through obedience, even when it didn't make sense or I couldn't understand why. Just do it. Just do it. I've discovered he won't let you get even if you make a wrong turn, he won't let you get too far off. He will always reel you back in like a fishing rod and get you back on the right path. I would rather take the wrong step and get reeled back in and learn the lesson rather than not take the step at all and miss the blessing. God is very, very supernatural. You guys have a great one. It's your girl, Kizzy Rock.